If you're anything like me, you've probably found yourself standing at the daunting crossroads of your late 20s wondering, how the hell did I get here and what's next? But as we hit 30 years old, there are a few things that we should all collectively have a basic understanding of. And the first thing by 30 is you should be able to know how to take care of your health. Your 20s is just filled with late night adventures and pizza binges and the ability to wake up from a night of drinking with zero hangover and bounce back gracefully like a majestic unicorn. But as we hit 30, we quickly realize that we're not able to bounce back like that anymore. It becomes abundantly clear that we could just no longer rely on a diet of instant noodles and Monster energy drinks. And we're forced to give up a lot of these things that we really enjoy doing without any consequences in order to give our bodies a fighting shot. And I know life can get insanely busy with life and work and just trying to find a pair of matching socks. But carving out some time for your health is like investing in stocks that always pay dividends. I remember I felt like absolute shit when I entered my 30s and I was still trying to keep up with that 20-year-old Blake lifestyle that he was accustomed to, and it was just not going well. It felt like I was walking around with a low battery sign just above my head, and it was just a struggle to get through the day. But then when I was getting frustrated about not being able to lose weight when I'd step on the scale, and I'd see gray hairs and wrinkles on my face, I freaked out. You know, when you see people like late in their 70s who still look jacked and stuff, I think a lot of people think that as they get older, they just kind of wither away and it's kind of a lost battle, but it's really not. It's just a matter of being able to commit to still self-improving and making those adjustments and coming to terms with knowing that you can't get wrecked as much as you used to and you can't do certain things and you have to work a little bit harder, but it's totally worth doing. The next thing is taking smart risks. In your 30s, it's completely normal to be plagued with questions like, should I quit my full-time job with benefits to pursue a career as a cheese sculptor? Or is it time to adopt a pet giraffe as my spirit animal? Okay, maybe the giraffe is a bit of a stretch. Hey, that was funny. But you get the idea. Your 30s really presents a myriad of opportunities and challenges, and being able to navigate taking smart risks really sets you apart from living an okay life and living an extraordinary life. And I'm not talking about going full Evel Knievel and jumping off the Grand Canyon butt naked, but taking risks with a pinch of prudence. Striking that balance between chasing your dreams and maintaining that safety net that you have built for yourself. Taking smart risks means being able to seize opportunities that you're really passionate about, but having an innate understanding of what that path looks like, what pitfalls there are, and being able to have a backup plan. I think the absolute worst thing that I could do personally is quit my full-time job to do this full-time. The reality is I'm not making any money. I'm just doing this simply because I enjoy doing it. And if it turns into a full-time job, that's great, but it's a hobby until it's not. And taking those smart risks also means learning from those before you who have tried what you are attempting to do and learning from them. Their experience and guidance can just provide such valuable insights into what you are attempting to do and seeing if that's the right approach or how you should do it or if you shouldn't do it at all. And by the time you're 30, you should be able to know how to take those smart risks and what those look like, because most successful people have to take risks to get where they want to go. And the longer you wait, the harder it's gonna get. Next is knowing how to manage your finances. Mastering the art of managing your finances is like trying to learn how to wield a super powerful sword. But instead of slaying dragons, you're slaying debts and trying to build a financial future for yourself. In your 20s, typically, you have a little bit more wiggle room to spend money on things that are just more like wants than necessities. Maybe because you live at home or you don't have a mortgage, you have that extra income to go out and buy those pair of shoes that you want that are way overpriced. And when I became 30 and I realized that I was broke compared to everyone else around me, I knew that managing my finances had to take a priority seat. Learning the difference between a want and a need, and budgeting, and understanding the long-term implications of spending that money that I have now that maybe I need later for something. It's okay to treat yourself to a fancy latte every now and then, or buy a new outfit, but it's not okay to just recklessly spend your entire paycheck on shit that you don't need. And I went reckless with credit cards in my 20s. That was probably one of the biggest regrets I have on my 20s, is just thinking about, all right, like I have the money now, I don't care how I'll pay for it later, but I want the thing now, I have the means to do it, let's do the damn thing. And I know it's tempting, I know it's just an easy swipe, they make it so easy for you to do it, but trust me, if you can't afford to pay it back right away, don't do it. I have done that. I have made huge mistakes in the past, getting in so much debt, and I do not wish that for you guys. Next, by 30, you should be surrounding yourself with good people. When there's major life decisions that pop up and you have no idea what to do, you usually turn to the squad, right? You should have accumulated your team of Avengers right now that are by your side to help you kind of make those difficult decisions. Each member brings their own unique strengths and support, and they all collectively help you make the best decision possible. And as we grow older, our time and our energy just becomes so much more valuable to us, and purging ourselves of those people that don't bring that type of value for us is just imperative. It now becomes all about quality over quantity. There's no more room for toxic friendships or fake pals that only show up when you're going to pay for dinner. Even if you have 1 or 2 or 3 friends that genuinely want the best for you and really care about you and will champion you when things go good instead of getting really envious or jealous, that is so much more valuable than having 1 million followers on Instagram. And it's a big epidemic. People are posting videos about, I am 20 something and I have no friends. And that's a real thing. When you're in your 30s, like, it becomes harder to maintain friendships, but being able to know how to surround yourself around just the few people in your life that you know are supportive towards you just becomes so much more important. Making that extra effort to know how to maintain them in your life, even when it becomes harder and harder as they move away or whatever else. And these friends can come in all different ways. I've lost so many friends since college, and I'm finding that I've actually made a lot of close relationships with people that I've never even met in real life. They're out there. And by the time you're 30, you should know how to find them. And by 30, you should know how to accept yourself. Accepting that your journey is different than someone else's. Accepting that you have a unique style that other people may not, and they don't understand you, but you don't care because you know who you are. Life's like a marathon, and your first step to conquering it is being your biggest cheerleader. No more comparing yourself to Instagram models or trying to fit into societal norms. Embrace your quirks and your imperfections and your unique self, like a dancing cactus in a rainstorm. See, it doesn't even make sense, but I'm accepting it. In my 20s, I cared so much about what other people thought of me and the perceived image I was giving off that I was very particular about all my actions, and it really set me back, and I wasn't happy with who I was as a person. I didn't feel like I was living my authentic self. And my mom told me when I was younger, she's like, as you get older, you start to care less and less about what other people think. And legit facts. Not everyone's gonna like you, not everyone's gonna like me or think my videos are good or subscribe to me. It's fine. Like, I'm not for you if that's the case. But I'm fully accepting that I'm cool with that outcome. I know that the right people will enjoy my content. They will know that I'm a weirdo, but they're here for it. It's been super liberating just accepting myself. And it's been hard doing it on camera too and just being vulnerable as possible. But I've gotten to that point now and I'm really glad I did. But it wouldn't have came without practice and life experience. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't mean that I can't grow and improve from here. It just means that I'm giving myself permission to be my authentic self and find my passion and just be okay with the outcome. If you guys like this video, please like it. Please comment what you liked most. If I missed something, I still got a lot to learn, but I hope this video brought you a new perspective and challenged you to learn something new about yourself. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next one. Later.